After 3 years of waiting and delays, Leah and I have bought our first home together. The apartment is still definitely a work in progress, but today we're going to show you our kitchen and how we make it as waste-free as possible. Hey team, welcome back to another episode. Today, Leah and I are going to be showing you around our kitchen space and how we've set it up so far. We've been here for a month and it still feels a little surreal that we're in our home, but we're going to walk you through the part of the house that is sort of ready to show to all of you, and we're very excited. This video is sponsored by Earth's Own, which is the amazing plant-based milk brand that we've been working with for over a year now. But we're going to be talking about them later on in the video. So let's
I'm hungry. Can we have breakfast?
Yes, now we're gonna, yes, we can eat breakfast now. Okay. So we're having beans for breakfast, which I guess is an homage to Leah's British heritage. This is actually a meal that we have quite often because it's so easy, super warming and delicious.
Especially when you have homemade sourdough bread.
Yeah, it's made with Leah's sourdough. Check this out. Of course, we don't just do regular beans. We have tomatoes that we've cut up in there. We also like to add a bit of chipotle puree to kind of spice it up a little bit with some salt and pepper. And this is the legendary Leah sourdough bread. We're gonna get into the kitchen tour here in a second, but we're going to go for our morning walk after we finish breakfast, which is the routine that we have every single day. So if you're looking forward to just the kitchen tour, you can skip to the timestamp right here. But otherwise, come on a walk with us. So this is our morning walk around the castle, which for Canadian standards is kind of unique. This is in Europe. Our castles are only like 200 years old. Leah, how are you feeling about the center part?
Apparently I have a hard time making it actually center. It's like I don't know where the middle of my head is.
Right now it's pretty good though.
Is it?
Yeah, you're looking good.
It has a lot of gray hairs. I had it parted the other way to like hide gray hairs, and now, nah, they're just out. They're out and about.
So this morning walk for Leah and I is kind of like our morning commute. We both
work at home.
We both work from home, so we have no natural distinction between chill time and work time. So we do this morning walk to kind of get in the zone for the work day.
It's one of the only times in the day that we actually like take a break though. It's like either we're going for a walk or we're eating.
We are very food motivated in this household. I think that's a big reason why we chose the unit that we did, was for that big open kitchen space, because we spend so much time cooking together. It's such an important part of our days. Hello. Look at that! Louise, what's going on?
What's going on?
Louise is in the video. This is our fellow gardener, Louise. That's amazing. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, we're good, yeah. That was so funny. Oh, Louise, what an absolute beaut. Oh.
But back to the food and the kitchen. Really, like the first boxes that we unpacked were the ones that were going into the kitchen. Because we're like, we need to use this immediately. Our bed can be on a floor. We don't have towel racks, whatever, but I need my kettle and I need some frying pans.
Hey team, before we get into the kitchen tour, we just wanted to announce that we have raised over $4,000 for our first giveaway video, which is going to be happening next week.
$4,000 going back to the planet. Levi has been working so hard on this, and I am so excited to have our first thing out there in the world.
Yeah, so make sure that you're subscribed, make sure that you've rung that little bell so that you don't miss the notification when it comes out next Saturday.
And thank you to you for liking and subscribing and commenting on these videos. That's how we have made this $4,000 to be able to give it away. It's people like you who are making this possible. So thank you so much.
All right, let's get into the kitchen.
Kitchen!
Okay, so we have cleaned the kitchen in preparation for our kitchen tour video. I just wanted to give you that disclaimer ahead of time because I feel like you see these tour videos and everything's immaculate when in fact they have been staged to be so.
It doesn't normally look this nice.
Never. So this kitchen is probably 2 to 3 times the size of our last kitchen that we shared. So much counter space, so much storage areas to put stuff.
Like literally there are more cupboards than we have stuff. That's never happened before.
But with that disclaimer being said, let's get into the tour. So the first big design feature that we noticed was this dining room table area, which you can see here is attached to the countertop. And that's actually pretty great, and I wasn't sure if it would be.
We actually have never had a dining room table before. We had what we affectionately called the bistro. It was a quarter of this size, so only 2 people could sit at it. So having something this large and also extra like counter space to be able to like prep food, it's amazing.
What we quickly realized was that with a actual dining room table, we were going to need dining room chairs. And so we bought probably the most expensive thing that we've purchased for this apartment so far, our chairs. So these are our 1950s Danish-made dining room chairs. They were expensive for us, but the idea is that they're going to last a long time. These could be chairs that we keep for most of our lives if we're lucky.
It was at a secondhand store, a nice secondhand store, and it was amazing. We walked in and I was like, Levi, those are our chairs.
So in our original tour video, everybody commented on this backsplash, which of course was Leah's choice. Yeah. And it does seem fitting since she does like this color quite a bit.
You'll see it throughout everything else in this kitchen.
Here's some more. We found this microwave on Facebook Marketplace for like $80, which was really great since we were looking for a very specific microwave that would fit on our counter that wouldn't take up too much space. Honestly, a lot of the stuff that we've gotten over the years has come off of Craigslist and Facebook, and I can't recommend it enough. If you're furnishing a place, just find it used. You can save so much money, and it's better for the planet too. Okay, now we're gonna get into Leah's pottery.
Oh, I have a problem.
So these are some of our bowls and plates, and then over here we have our mugs and glassware, and of course the clean canteens.
Like almost an entire rack of different clean canteens.
Pottery is something that Leah and I got into a lot lately, and you can't describe them all, but I want you to show 2 of your favorites. That's all you get. That's all you get.
Okay, this is a new addition. This is one that was Levi's grandmother's, and it's a beautiful mug that Levi's parents bought for her. So when she passed away, Levi's mom had a great idea. Everyone would get a book and a piece of pottery. This is the one that we chose. And my other favorite one right now, it's my cow mug. It's so good. It's been in storage for so long. Yeah, I drink out of it a lot because it's adorable. It's like a little cow.
So we are pretty particular about how we organize our kitchen space, and it's still kind of a work in progress, but we recently went to HomeSense and spent too much time figuring out ways to organize our cabinets. So this organizer we got off of Craigslist. It actually expands to fill the full space that's in the drawer. This looked terrible beforehand, and now it actually looks kind of organized and nice. So here we have a whole bunch of our spices, which are done up in glass containers that we fill from our zero waste store or from Bulk Barn when they were taking containers. And this is all that we've designated for a junk drawer in our apartment because we don't want to make a whole drawer dedicated to random stuff. Down here we have some pots and some pans. We're trying to get good cast iron and ceramic pans like this one, Leah's favorite.
Love it, also secondhand.
And down below we have some baking equipment and random lids and colanders. Now in terms of appliances, we didn't actually get to choose the appliances that were fitted out in this apartment, but we do have hopefully high quality stuff, and so far they've worked really well, but it is a gas range. Obviously this is great for cooking, but it's not the best for the planet. So maybe one day we will get a really nice electric cooktop stove that's better for the planet, but in the meantime, this is what we have.
So next to the stove, we have this cupboard that has most of our like cooking oils and spices that we use quite often. Some non-essential ones because it's hard to reach. And then down here is like our tea station. Again, my teapot, favorite color. And the best part is our zero waste tea. It comes from a local company called Silk Road, and you can actually just bring your tins and they refill them for you. And then down in this cupboard, we have more of those organizers that you saw in those first cupboards, and it's just a way to delineate all of our utensils in a way that's like not a big jumble in a drawer. And underneath is our coffee station / mixing bowls, things like that. And the bottom one here is our toaster and rice cooker and just things that generally don't look good on the counter. And this way they can live in this shelf, and I'll just close it. I'll have to look at it. Up above the fridge is like our booze and like snacks cupboard.
Alcohol was never something that I was particularly interested beyond my drunken university days, but Leah was a bartender for a really long time, so we're getting into cool mixed drinks and cocktails and craft beer, and so our liquor cabinet is going to be constantly evolving, and it's actually something that we're kind of excited for. I don't know if anyone on the team assumed that. Like, is that something that comes across, or did you think we were purists? I don't know.
That we don't drink.
Let us know. But speaking of purity and what we consume, let's get into the fridge. We actually did not curate anything in here before this shoot. This is totally real. This is what is in our fridge every single day. We're obviously not gonna go through all of the stuff that's in our fridge, but we'll show you some highlights that we think are kind of neat.
For me, a highlight of the fridge is my sourdough starters. I somehow now have 2. I make a lot of bread, and for some reason that means you need 2 starters.
This is some tofu that we got from our zero waste store. This is a place that we try to shop at locally where you can get packaging-free groceries, and so you'll see a lot of containers in here that we got from there, including this tofu.
We also got some dumplings from a local place here in town, and they do have vegan dumplings, and they have matching homemade chili oil to go with it.
So this is something that Leah and I really believe in. We believe that you should spend money on good food. These two things are expensive food products, but we are always willing to put in the extra money in order to try and support local food producers that are making cool stuff. And probably the most notable, of course, is Earth's Own oat milk.
You were waiting for it, here it is.
So if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that I've been working with Earth's Own for over a year now. And they're a Canadian plant-based milk brand that's been taking the industry by storm. Their products are actually the best that we've tried. We were drinking Earth's Own before they ever became a sponsor of our content.
This is the unsweetened vanilla oat milk that we drink every morning in our tea, and then this is the oat creamer that we have in our coffee, which you saw earlier.
What I love about Earth's Own is that they're trying to make plant-based eating as easy as possible for anyone who wants to try it. This is really huge because switching to a plant-based diet is one of the biggest things that you can do to reduce your impact on the environment. They're not preachy or over the head with their marketing, and they've actually launched something called the Plant Challenge this month for Earth Month, which is asking people like you and me to go completely plant-based for Earth Day, which is April 22nd.
This is actually a great idea because we had never really drank oat milk that often before, but when you challenge yourself to try something that's a little bit out of your comfort zone, you can find out that you actually really like it. So you don't have to be 100% vegan or 100% zero waste, but it's these little choices like this that can actually make a really big difference.
If you want to be a part of this, you can head down to the link in the description to check out Earth's Own website or find them on Instagram and participate with the hashtag #ThePlantChallenge like everyone else is going to be.
The Plant Challenge. That was you.
Was that what I looked like?
That you said, The Plant Challenge. I was like...
What is that? Is that like...
I don't know.
Is that like... Girl? Is that what I did?
Oh, no, maybe.
I guess we should go to the pantry then.
To the pantry! What I love about the pantry is that it is full of our awesome jars with stuff from our zero waste grocery store. This was a pickle jar that my dad got for us, and I was like, I want to keep that jar. So now it's our pasta jar. We actually go through this fairly quickly. And then the bottom part of the pantry, more canned goods all through here. Cookbooks and growlers. We told you we love craft beer. And this is my flour and kind of baking drawer for the sourdough, you know.
Now, of course, Leah is going to tour you around our floating shelves, which is one of her and our favorite aesthetic pieces here in the kitchen.
It was a major selling feature. Let's start up top. Here, I'll get up top.
Whoa, okay.
No.
Wow.
Here is a row of really adorable but kind of useless jars. We used to use them all the time, but now they just look nice and I can't jump up on the counter every time I need to get something out of there. My favorite cookbook and some cute little salt and pepper shakers. Again, too small to be useful, but adorable, love the color. There's a lot of pottery, folks. I don't know what to tell you. This is a selection of wine glasses, like wine goblets. And this was Levi's grandmother's, another piece that we wanted to have to remember her by.
And then our plant.
Yay!
One of many plants. We hope to one day have enough cool plants to make a plant tour video, right?
Oh yeah. And down here we have one of my Dutch ovens, which I bake bread in, and some other like beautiful like pottery pieces and beach glass that we gathered from the beach in my parents' place when we were living there. And a mortar and pestle, really nice. Do I use it? No, but it looks good and it was a gift, so it's gonna stay there.
So these are some of our dishwashing utensils. We fill our soap at a local zero waste refill store. This is a scrub brush that we're trying out. It's made in freaking Germany, and it was very expensive, but it has worked pretty well so far. This is our tiny garbage can. We never have a big garbage can because that just encourages you to put more stuff in it. We reuse this bag every single time. We put stuff in it, almost always it's just dry tape-like stuff like this, and then we just dump it into the garbage and then we reuse the bag. We can only do this because we have composting in our building, so we fill this and we bring it down to our compost bin and we toss it out and the city takes it away. We get away without using bags in our compost because A, we throw it out quite often, and we have this steel compost bin so it doesn't soak up a lot of the smell. To avoid mess with this, we reuse old newspapers and paper bags and stuff like this to put down in the bottom so that it doesn't get stuck to the outsides of the bin. So we got this dishwashing soap from our zero waste fill store as well, but we're also trying these drops, which are little dishwasher pods that you can put in your dishwasher as well. So we're always trying out new products that make zero waste easier for more people because not everybody has a zero waste store near them. But speaking of dishwashers, you gotta see our dishwasher because TikTok freaking loved this thing. So the dishwasher that we had in our old place was me, and now we have a new one, and it's very exciting. So it has two sections. We have a top section here, which is for kind of a more regular size load of dishes. This is what Leah and I fill pretty much once every 2 days, I would say.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
And then you have a separate section down below that you can use for smaller loads that you want to do, or if you happen to be living by yourself. Not only is this kind of nifty, but it also helps you make sure that you're not running an empty dishwasher at any time. This helps save water and resources whenever you're going to be doing the dishes. I had a lot of people ask whether or not it was more water efficient to wash dishes by hand or in a dishwasher, and the answer is, it depends on how good you are at doing dishes. If you're like me and you're tremendous at it, then you can probably do dishes with less water by hand, but for most people who suck at doing dishes, a dishwasher is the way to go. Everybody loved this last time I did it.
Yeah, your face is the best part.
Well, I obviously haven't practiced it in the mirror yet. I don't know what my face looks like. So hopefully this video was at least entertaining and maybe even helpful.
Yeah.
Obviously,
hopefully.
we're not the best at it, but these are some of the things that we do in our real life that we wanted to share with you to kind of humanize this process. I think that a lot of our content is us telling you about different brands and different products and different things that are going on in the world, and it makes us seem like authority figures, like we know everything, but the truth is we're always practicing and trying new things, and it's not always perfect. So hopefully this was interesting for you. Let me know what you think of this style of video. Is this something you want to see more of? Is it helpful? This also probably means you're gonna see more of Leah.
Yeah.
Which people really like Leah. So.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Is it like a scarcity mindset where like, we love Leah because we don't see her very often?
Oh, true. Yeah, maybe we'll have to like starve you of Leo.
What, if I'm in every single video, would you still be as interested?
That's a good question, team.
Good question.
Only you can answer that. But regardless of your thoughts on our kitchen or Leah's middle part, I want to thank you for being here. And if you are subscribed to the channel, then we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
No, really?
Oh my god, I love this fucking. No. Look at this. Look, Leah, bring your nose in. Bring your nose in. There's pollen on her nose from sniffing flowers.
I don't
know. It's so cute. Stop. I don't know if I can get it off. Like, you might have to.
Just permanently yellow on the end of my nose.